How many of you have seen videos like this?
Open that phone. I want my phone. Yeah, open up. Make I show them what's in your phone.
For waiting. What you do?
Go and face the wrath of the law there.
It's not wrath of the law. I'm a tax-paying citizen, so there's no wrath of the law. Last man stopped me. I told them, okay, see, and they said, okay, this is what you do.
My brother,
there's no issue.
You are dealing with a senior police officer.
The truth is that a lot of Nigerians don't even know their rights. And today, I have with me Barrister Stanley. He's going to be educating the public about their fundamental human rights. And he's also going to be talking about the limitation of the law enforcement agencies, like police officers, EFCC. Some of you have been arrested for something you should not have been arrested for. Some of you have allowed them to search your phones, your car, even if they were not supposed to do that. This interview is going to educate you, and please pay attention. Welcome to the Lucky Udu experience.
There is a policy that said the police officer does not have a right to check your phone. They don't have a right even to check your cars. They don't even have a right to check your house, to come and conduct a search in your house. Come to people's house at the middle of nowhere.
In the night.
That's why, you see, not last year that they say someone shot an EFCC officer in Oka, broke down his house, broke down the distance. So he was thinking they were armed robbers. So it was when they started beating, pushed down the wife, so they brought out the ID cards. A police officer coming to extort you because he knows that you're a fraudster. He's also a fraud. He's also a criminal. You have every right to film them, to make videos of them. In fact, sometimes they can even demand for the sake of transparency, for you to capture them on record. Or let's say you are owing me house rent and you are my landlord. You do not have the right to use police to come and arrest me.
So, Barrister Stanley, is it illegal to film a police officer?
Thank you for having me on your platform. It's always a pleasure being on Lucky Udu Experience.
Welcome. I'm glad to have you once more.
Well, police officers are public servants. So in the execution of their duty, you have every right to film them, to make videos of them. In fact, sometimes they can even demand for the sake of transparency, for you to capture them on record. But it cannot, is a breach of their right to privacy if you maybe see a police officer in a private setting and decide to film him. But if he's executing his office or his duties as a public servant, you have every right to capture it on camera for the sake of transparency.
Okay, I'd like to show you a video I saw recently on Instagram. How many of you saw this video? Let me show Barrister Stanley. This guy.
Okay, they touched me now.
Now they shot for me.
They touched me, Yoga. Me, you know, say I get force. Now you carry. Now because you are carrying.
Now you call the shot for me.
I'm gonna go stop for you. See that type of
No, come.
I don't go anywhere.
No, I didn't say shoot. Listen to me now. I'm talking to him.
Where you go?
Then where you shot for me?
Where you go? You want to kill me? Okay, come on for you. Who you be?
So now what you want to do now? Wait.
Who you be? You be officer.
What you want to do with that?
You be officer.
Wait, now what you want to do with that?
Officer, you be officer.
Now what you want to do with that?
Where you? What's my crime?
Where's your name tag?
What's my crime?
Where's your name tag? Why you
Officer.
No, listen.
Don't let me vex for you.
Listen to me.
If I
Me
vex
and you talk.
see,
Listen to me.
I'll cross over for you now. See, I'll cross over for you. I'll cross over for you. Who you be?
Like this.
I go cross over for you.
Listen to me.
I'll cross over for you. Where I walk you? Where I walk you? Where I walk you? See, where I walk you?
No problem.
That's how I take you that day. You want pay?
I don't hear you, Abi.
You want pay the money?
I'm not like this.
You want pay the money?
Now I'm not like this.
Where I walk you?
Wait, I'm not like this.
I said, what is they walk you? Now see boys, but don't let boys rest. What did they do now? What they do you? What they do you? If that blood will bust you, you will lose your job. Move ahead! Nonsense. Bastard. See, you get luck. Now your face are defined. Don't demote you. Like bastard. Move ahead! Nonsense. Now I'm turning Nigerian boys to nonsense. Not for person who get mad, man.
So what do you think about this video? I'd like to hear your opinion. What the guy did, do you think that was okay?
Well, to me, there is so many things wrong with that video. First thing first, okay, let's start by the police officers. First thing first, the police officer is not on uniform, so we cannot presume 100% if he's a police officer or not. You can presume, the guy can claim that he feels is a extortionist or an armed robber that want to hurt him. Secondly, let's assume that they are on uniform. You, no matter what, you do not have the right to accost a police officer like that. for the fact that they are police officers, they have been mandated by the provision of Section 4 of the Police Act to carry out whatever duty they're there. And they are there in the representation of the federal government. So you're challenging them. I'm sure that the first PRO, Muyiwa, they will look for this boy now. They will arrest him for harassing police officers because there is no proof to show that police officers, they were doing anything illegal to them. But let's come back to when police officer wants to, the extortion that they do. You cannot, let's even leave law aside now, commonsensically, you shouldn't accost a police officer like that because they are armed. They can shoot you in, call it self-defense. And the law will back them up. You cannot, you shouldn't. There are things you shouldn't do. I think there's a quote that says there is a thin line between heroism and stupidity. Is the outcome that determines the label. So
the outcome determines the label.
I'm telling you, the outcome
if
that
he's
determines.
Successful, you're a hero.
You're a hero. If he's unsuccessful, you're stupid.
So,
of course, this is what people don't know. If we understand that police officers, they are power drunk and they are this thing, but I think I spoke about it one day. The best way to approach a police officer, having it in mind that they are there for your protection, despite the fact that the Nigerian police officers have changed the outcome, that if you see a police officer, instead of feeling unsafe, you feel scared, maybe as a young person, is you approach them calmly and say, okay, talk to them. Of course, the ones that are more a bit educated, they will. If they are not, that's why the cameras are there. You can record it, you can. And first thing first, they have the current IG. There is a policy that said the police officer does not have a right to check your phone. They don't have a right even to check your cars. They don't even have a right to check your house, to come and conduct a search in your house without a valid search warrant.
Wait.
Yes.
So I have to interrupt you. You mean that police officers don't have right to search someone's car?
They don't have right to conduct a search in your car. They don't have right to search your phone. They don't have right to search your house unless they have a search warrant. If they do that, they are in breach of your fundamental right to privacy. Now just imagine now, there are people, let's say, there is a case that we're handling, and the man said the only reason he doesn't want to give the police officer his phone is that he's in a distant relationship with the partner, the wife. And of course, they do maybe share videos and stuff like that. So just how embarrassing it could be, a police officer going through your phone and seeing all those things, and they don't. But police officer tough, they being because you the people don't know their right, or because you are scared of the outcome, you give them their phone, unless they have a valid search warrant. The only situation that police can search your car or your house without search warrant, if they call it a presumption. If there is a presumption that is a crime is currently being committed, let's say they got an intel, maybe you are using your car to transport you kidnap someone. But if there is an intel that the car is a stolen vehicle, but if they cannot prove or show that there is an intelligence to that effect, they can't even come and search your house. There have to be a search warrant issued not by the police, by a court. A court of competent jurisdiction must issue that, and that search warrant must have your complete details. It must have your name as the resident of the house. It must have the right address of the house, not that maybe they mistake it, maybe they put your name and they did not complete. It must be sacrosanct that they have carried out their investigation and they know that the crime is being committed here, and they approach a court to issue them a search warrant before they can come and conduct a search. Anything other than that is them acting on what we call in law travails beyond their powers.
And you know the funny thing in all this, a lot of Nigerians do not even know their rights.
Yes.
So I'd like you to tell us what is the correct procedure to report a police officer. And there are so many scenarios where police officers would threaten people and extort money from them. What should a civilian do? Should you immediately start calling them out? Or do you comply with them and then later go fight for your rights and call them out?
The best way to do it is if you see any police, the power drunk, I think I will give kudos to the current administration of the police. They don't take it lightly. If there is, I've followed up some cases. If there is any police that you feel that have done what he shouldn't do, you have every right to file a petition. They have police service complaint commission. They have a standard disciplinary committee that most of all this, they get demoted, some of them are being fired. But there are some instances, even me as a lawyer, despite the fact I'm a lawyer, claim that I know all the laws. You don't expect me to be claiming that I know my right if a police officer fully armed, accost me at the middle of the nowhere in the middle of the night. Bible says wisdom is profitable to direct. The common sense thing is to comply, give them whatever they want. Just look for something you can use to identify them. You follow it up. This is what I tell my clients. But if it's maybe on the broad daylight, of course you know that they cannot. Because we have seen power drunk officers. They can shoot you and claim that you are an armed robber. I have seen cases that they put gun on your hand and said, okay, you are an armed robber, or you attacked them, that's why they shot you. And there's one that happened in Lagos, was it 2 years ago, that they shot a lawyer over because they were trying to extort the woman. Is it 100 naira or so? These people, some of them can shoot you for little things. You can just comply with them. If you know it's the middle of nowhere, comply with them. Just look for something you can use. But most of them are cunning now. They don't collect. They did now that they don't even collect transfer. They have to take you to a POS, you withdraw and give them.
So there'll be no trace.
So there will be no trace.
And no evidence.
And there will be no evidence. But sometimes there is one now that some now in this FC, they used to collect crypto. There are some cryptos that have helped some of our clients to recover. This officer, they made mistake now. They took them to their office in this Asabato in Asokoro. Mm-hmm. I think about $5,000.
Jeez,
they are that police officers, the crooked ones, they are that heartless and greedy. I think they carried those guys from Guarimpa, drove them around. They threatened that they will shoot one that if he did not comply and this thing. That was like 3 months ago. Collected about $5,000 from his wallet. The reason why the guy out of the threat came to me and said, okay, he will not let that money go. He said his money wants to use and pay school fees because he got admission abroad to go. That he and we happen to his SAS office here. We happen to know their commander. His name is DCP Sanusi, the Deputy Commissioner of Police. And the truth is, if you happen to get to know their superiors, they don't take these things lightly. They are out to fight this corruption. So the good thing is, if anybody extorts you, approach. If you know any superior officer, if you know any lawyer, they can always help you do this thing. But the best approach is, if a lawyer, even me as a lawyer, if a police stops me, although because of my this thing, I don't know if I should say, because of the kind of car I use, police don't stop me. Because it's kind of executive car. Even if police stops me, you interact them as human being. The first thing first, if it's a police is robed, is on uniform, they always have their name tag on their breast pocket. So address that police officer by his name. If you call that police officer by his name, he will be consciously aware, at least you know his name. Those are the ones wearing uniform. You address him if he's Mr. Sanusi. Hello, Mr. Sanusi, how are you, sir? How are you doing? You relate with them.
Yeah, he will not be conscious.
He will not be conscious. Yes, that be identified. Yeah. Because their name tag is there. The ID number is also there.
But there are cases where I've looked at police officers and I did not see especially even soldiers. Yes.
Now that is wrong. They have also, unless they are carrying out some illegal duty. The duty is that if a police officer is on operation, he must wear something identifiable. But there are some exceptional cases because of the kind of assignment. But all those ones doing stop and search on the road, the directive has always been, they then wear so that you know where they're coming from. You know his name and this thing.
The uniform is there.
Yes.
But the tag and the number is not there.
With the name you can.
The name is not even there. I don't know how they hide it. I don't know if there are uniforms now that do not carry these labels anymore.
No, he's wrong. They've made there have been other series that a police officer on operation must wear his this thing. If his name is not there, they always come with a CN or a car. Look for the plate number. These are things you can trace them with.
Good.
Look at it and say, or ask them the plate number. If he's being on it, because I've seen situations, the clients will say, okay, I did all these things and they're still being provably unnecessarily difficult. Okay, ask them, what station are you coming from? Let's go to this station. The only thing is that they'll waste your time. But instead of you allowing them to harass you or try to extort you, this is what I would do. This is what every sane person should do. Instead of you trying to, I know my rights, that is wrong. It's not civilized. You identify them, you just follow them to the station. Once you get to the station, ask for the DPO or ask for anybody in charge. Or if the police officer attending to you is being unnecessarily difficult, they always have OC. The one they call OC, operational commander. Ask who is the operational commander. You relate with them. Once you talk this way, they will definitely know that you know what you are doing. But it's because of all these boys, they are scared. Maybe because maybe they are into fraud or something. Once police, they will be like, okay, how go do? I'm an officer. Move find you something. And once you've opened yourself that, they will start asking you, bring 1 million, bring 2 million, bring 3 million.
Wow. Now, I'm curious about something. What is the correct procedure to get someone arrested?
The best procedure, not even the best procedure, the procedure as has been provided by the law, is there must be a complainant, what they call complainant, that have filed a petition. They call it petition. So a police officer cannot just wake up and come and arrest you. There must have been someone, a complainant, that have filed a petition against you. And that petition must be criminal in nature, because that's where the jurisdiction cover. That we did a contract, or me and you, we did a contract and the contract failed. Police does not have a jurisdiction over that, because it's a civil matter. You can only go to court and enforce your right. Or let's say you are owing me house rent and you are my landlord. You do not have the right to use police to come and arrest me. That is beyond their jurisdiction. It's not their jurisdiction. Landlord, house tenancy, and the rest fall under civil action. That you go to court, enforce the contract, enforce this thing. The only way police have the jurisdiction is if it is criminal in nature. Let's say criminal conversion, obtaining under false pretense, fraud, stuff like that. That is when you will, me that feel defrauded, because there must be a complainant before they can act. Me that feel defrauded will write a petition against you, and the police will first of all investigate. Now, they don't just have to arrest you. They will call you, they will extend an invite to you and say, okay, there is a petition against you. You are expected to report to the station by so time. It is when you fail to honor the invitation
that they will not come.
That is when they will not come and arrest you. Now, if they can't find you, that is when they can maybe declare you wanted. But there are these procedures I listed. In fact, we did one case matter in Lagos. A popular person. They sent us a copy of the petition that you've been invited. There is a petition against you. Let me show you so you have an idea of what I'm saying. That there is a petition against you. You have to. It seems they've not invited you before.
No.
So this is what it looks like. Please don't show it to the camera because it's a celebrity,
okay.
The person involved. You know the name, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So they was okay, you've been invited, report to the station, you can see the letter of invitation, report, this is the name of the person, report to the station by so time on so this thing. Call the number of this person, is the IPO handling the case. And that's how they do it. But
how
this
did
one,
they even send this invitation to the person's direct message?
yes, either they send it to you or they send it to your lawyer. Of course, police, they have BDC. Police have your details. If police want to know your house, they will know your house. They have this thing. Although this person's one is different because he's a popular figure.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm asking. Maybe they sent it to his direct message.
But this one that police always, because that's what we'll be facing in Benin, Lagos, Abuja, that you say police, some clients will say, all these young guys, that they don't know where police just come to their house and start breaking, and it's wrong. Even the one that EFCC are doing, come to people's house at the middle of nowhere.
In the night.
Night. That's why, last year that they say someone shot an EFCC officer in Oka, that he thought he was there with armed robber, shot one and killed them. It's an illegal this thing. If you're looking for a criminal, invite the person, or come at the broad daylight, look for the person this thing, not coming at the middle of night, break down the person's this thing. All those things those are them acting power drunk. Was not captured in the statutory provisions that establish them or guarantee them powers to act.
I think EFCC has either EFCC or DSS. They've come here before.
To look for you?
No, not me though. A neighbor. They came in the middle of the night, like around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. They didn't knock. I don't know how they scaled the fence.
That's what they do.
They had already planned everything so well. They had all the equipment to break down the protector, the door. Nothing was going to stop them. They are never asking you, please open.
Now
they are just busting everywhere.
There's this case now. I'll be refraining mentioning the guy name is EFCC. We currently have the matter now in court and also in EFCC disciplinary panel. He's a popular comedian in Abuja here as well, who happens to be a client. So they were looking for, just like you are here now. That's the problem. Let's say the EFCC are looking for your neighbor. They will break the neighbor's house, also break your own house.
Why?
To park. I don't know. That's what happened to that client. So they wanted to the other neighbor, so they also broke their thinking that everybody staying in that apartment. That's what they do. And this guy happened to have like a 2-year-old son and a pregnant wife. Wow. So I think they pushed the wife. She fell and hit her stomach on the floor and this thing. Break this thing. The wife have to stay in the hospital. I think she lost the baby. Stay in the hospital for like 2 months. In fact, she told me that the trauma is still heavy on them. The boy is still convulsing. They have to leave the apartment for like 1 month. You say whenever they come back to the apartment, they have that trauma. That trauma. See, the way they came, broke down his house, broke down the distance. So he was thinking they were armed robbers. So it was when they started beating, push down the wife. So they brought out the ID card, say, how many of them they stay here? Here, Yahoo boy. We are from the EFCC. That's when he say, oh, these people are EFCC. They are not. He said, I'm a comedian. I say, who you be? I'm a comedian. So he brought his iPhone and showed them his page. I said, okay, and his YouTube. I said, oh, say now you. Sorry. With this saying another person.
Kai.
That's why.
At the expense of what?
At the spoiled. If you see, I will show you after. I will show the videos.
I saw the post on Instagram.
I posted it.
Yeah,
I was
you
the one.
posted it.
I was so pissed. I said, they are trying to say, okay, is trying to speak English to cover the operatives. I said, these are one in numerous cases. Even you, anybody can be a victim. Maybe they can come now. Maybe when they start attacking you, you say, I'm Lucky Udu. This is who. That's when they can really apologize. No verse. Is a mistaken identity. Now I think we got a bill of what they spoiled in the house, the gate, because they broke down the gate and the door. You spend about 2 point something fixing it. Not to talk about the wife, the pregnant wife, not to talk about the trauma on the boy, the son, and their house help that live with them. And all these things, if you say it, they'll say, okay, these are forces, security agencies overriding or are doing it, and shouldn't keep happening.
This is outlandish, and things like this keep
I'll say
happening.
the sad story now and change your mood.
So, what are some cases you've done, and you helped the client to fight for their rights? Some of the successful ones.
No, of course. I'm always eager for things like that. Just like I said, I've recovered.
Can you give me some examples?
We've recovered. If it's money, I say most of our clients, because you already know the kind of clients we represent, young guys. Most of them that want to follow up the case said, okay, like the one that was so painful was that $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. We went there. I was so interested in making sure that those guys lose their job. Funny enough, the officers, they came and they were begging. One said, my Pikin still dey university. I bet they no pursue me now. I will just refund the money. They've even shared the money amongst themselves. So they shared the money. I think there were about 4 of them. So they start gathering it. This one, how much you get? They give you 800. Bring them. This one, how much they give you? So the guy have to beg, say, we'll leave them. Let's just collect the money. Let's not escalate it. And because I know most of their, even Muyiwa, the first PRO, they're always interested in handling cases like this.
So you could recover the $5,000.
Yeah, they refunded it. And even one is in most times, some of the boys will say, leave and make they carry their wahala go. And he cannot cry more than he bereaved. When he say, okay, leave it. But the ones that are really this thing, even if, let me even play the devil's advocate and say, even if you are into your way fraudster, the proper procedure they do it is, because what they do is, a police officer coming to extort you because he knows that you're a fraudster, is also a fraud, is also a criminal. If they feel that you are a fraudster, the proper procedure they do it is, there should be a complainant, a petition against you, charge the person to court, let him go, there's a jail term for him, not you because he beat him up, extort him. And the funny thing about police, that's why I tell clients, once they've extorted you once and you give in, they will keep coming. That's what happened. Another squad will come, they say that they know he will always pay. Another squad will come, maybe, and the most will I say the most criminal of them all is these ones at the FCID. I'm mentioning their name because I've with this, and the ones at the Abattoir. The ones at the FCID, they'll be carrying you around under that tree and be threatening you. If you did not pay now, we'll take you inside and we'll detain you. You have to pay. But they have been. In fact, there is even against the FCC. There is the case we did last year that even this one that the FCC does, that if they arrest you, the matter have not gone to court. They've snapped you and posted you and said,
yeah, that's another issue.
Court have said it. Even the case we handled last year that court gave judgment. This guy is a photographer. Maybe he happened to live among these things. So EFCC arrested them and posted them pictures captioning that he's a Yahoo boy. And the guy said the mother felt traumatized that, I know my Pikin, now photo they do. So we went to court, and the court held that, I think the court awarded damages of 10 million in his favor against the EFCC.
Wow. Yeah,
the court have said it instantly in most cases that EFCC posting your picture without this matter going to court is against your fundamental human right to privacy. So you cannot just post someone's picture. And everyone, according to provisions of the law, is presumed innocent unless a court of competent jurisdiction finds that person guilty. So who are you being EFCC to come and, because he arrested the person he's still a suspect until you go to court and prove and show that this guy is into fraud and so this thing. So he cannot post his picture with a caption that we've arrested so 10 numbers of internet fraud What if after going to court they found out that he's not an interest? So the blackmail and the this thing, and there's this client now, he's a foreign client. After this CBS issue, there's one other foreign this thing that they added his picture on. And they ended up, because EFC did not do their homework very well, this person happened not to be one of the person, just that he have a similar name to this thing. And this guy is a very senior, he lost gigs, he lost his company, person he was, I wanted to mention the name of because he's a big. What EFCC did, they did not even issue, once we've shown the EFCC that this person is a mistaken identity, they only put up this thing. EFCC have been, is still on their page. We've taken down social person picture. We've brought other people's picture. There was no apology. There's no. That's to show you the lopsidedness on government agencies. They can tag you anything, and what matters is the aftermath. Just imagine someone like you now. They say, you see yourself on the EFCC page now. A lot of persons will believe that will be okay. You know, Nigerian, and maybe just using luckyudu to cover up or videos and this thing. And you lose gig. There are.
You lose opportunity.
You lose opportunities.
Only that Kenyan woman allegation that I experienced. I know how it affected.
That's how it happens.
And people believe.
That's how it happens. Even in contracts, if you have endorsement, there's all in some contract. There's what they call moral clause that nobody cares if you get yourself involved in some things,
scandal, controversy,
they will drop you.
They'll drop you. You'll lose it immediately.
But they don't know all these things. They don't know these things.
And that's unfortunate. That's happened to a lot of people, honestly. I also have my own fair share. Now, I would like to ask you something, Stanley. What are the limitations of these law enforcement agencies? What are some things they are not supposed to do at all?
What they are not supposed to do is, just like I said, EFCC does not have the right to come and break into your house. Police do not have the right to conduct stop and search and be searching your phones and be searching your cars.
Who has the right now to search cars?
They do have the right, but everything must be done in accordance to the law. What the law says that if there is a presumption that a crime is being committed, or I'm committing a crime, or I'm using my car to commit a crime, or there are some criminal things going on with my phone, go and get a valid court order and a search warrant to come. That is the procedure. Or invite the person, send the person an invitation and say, okay, there is this thing, come to the station, clarify yourself. That's the procedure. Those are the limitations. Is provided in Section 4 of the Police Act, although there is one investigate crime and this thing. But the Nigeria police, for they are into more of operational as against investigation. So instead of them, they go more of this, we go and operate instead of investigating. And it shouldn't be. Even the EFCC, the way they operate is, first of all, investigate. Let there be 100% established that this person is doing this thing before you come or the person is flight risk. That's only when they can come and do all those operations of breaking into this society, not run away. But someone that doesn't have anywhere to go, you leave where we are running to. That's what the law provides.
Now, we are just talking about EFCC and police officers. Those people that bring soldiers to arrest or harass or threaten people, is that okay?
Those is totally, it shouldn't even be. Those is totally again. I don't even know where to group that one.
I've seen civilians going to bring soldiers to harass someone, to threaten them or something.
There's nothing. And the funny thing is, if you report those soldiers, they would be disciplined. I've seen them. CDS, they will be disciplined. Because what concerns soldiers is not even in their jurisdiction at all. For soldiers to do this thing, for you to come and involve, harass this thing. That's the most time they're always hiding. You see them, they will not wear their name tag and this thing. Or they can, if they are doing it, all this outskirts of town. You can't see them doing it where people know their right or this thing. So that's the worst of them all. Will I use the word worst? Or is DSS, the current secret police? Those ones are maybe because of the way they are being established. I think their proper name is State Security Services. Is the worst people to have issues with is DSS, is them. Because they can put you on the ground for years and they don't obey court order. I wonder why. Is so appalling that the court will give orders, say release this person, they will not. And no matter where you're hiding, DSS can look for you and fish you out.
You know these DSS quotas?
These DSS quotas. I'm a lawyer now, so I'm not scared of them. I've gone to the office this time with them numerous times. In the one at the Aso Drive. Huh? So the DSS, I think law should look for a way to be curtailing these DSSs and said, okay, you can do this. I think they're established to fight against counter terrorism and the rest. Maybe if there is a threat against the state, threat against the president, the executive. But sometimes you see a private citizen using DSS to arrest. How does that accumulate to threat against the country? Because that is mainly what DSS is established for, to fight for anything that has to do with, detect anything that has to do with maybe if there's a threat against the life of the president or against the life of the governor.
Or a senior official.
Not even every senior officer that is entitled to DSS officer. It's just little few of them. Or if there is anything that will lead to threat against the country in general. That's what they established for. But you see a private individuals, because even these ones that you see some persons moving around with police, it shouldn't be. Police are there for, just imagine now a one person now moving around with 5 police officers. For a country that is deficit of police, I think they say that we have about 20,000 police officers for a country of over 200 million. In a ratio, you can see that it's not even, you can't even place it side by side. Even at that, you see some, because they have money, maybe some Yahoo boys giving police guiding them. What are you guiding them for? For a police, before you can be assigned a police officer, maybe you're carrying country intelligence or country secret or something like that, or maybe not civil defense are there. The civil defense are the core person. Maybe you can afford it. Apply for civil defense. So those are the things we should be where we are deviating.
No, we are not deviating. You are speaking sense, honestly. You are speaking sense, honestly. So you mean that citizens are not entitled to? They don't even have the right to use police officers as security guards.
You don't. It's not there.
But yet the IG keeps approving it.
No, it doesn't.
So who approves it?
He's always withdrawing them. You can see he's always making order to withdraw police officers from VIPs. But we're always laughing amongst ourselves and say you want them to come and renew all this thing. You are not entitled to. The only people that are entitled to police officers is maybe politicians, VIPs. Let me use that
There
word.
was a time one of my lawyers was trying to see was trying to help me get security. So I think it was through the office of the IG. You have to write a letter and explain why it is important. So he did all the paperwork, but I think the demands were a lot, and they told us that there's the officer with green beret and there's the blue beret, and they explain the different procedures and how much it would cost. The one-time payment, the monthly payments to a particular station, and the monthly payments to the officers, what those officers are not supposed to do for you. They'll tell you that I think it's the blue beret. No, the green berets can. That should not. The blue berets should not be allowed to do certain things. The kind of accommodation that should be made available to them, and so many. They listed everything.
The procedure is, if you want, but it's wrong. I think the application fee is about 500.
You're not getting close to it.
It's about 500. You apply to the.
No, it's more than 500k. That's what they told us. So.
Now I'm telling you now. You apply to the IG, Assistant Inspector General of Police of the Mobile Police. Is MOPO. That is the department. So, and the limited number they will give you is 3 because they'll be doing shift. Now after you pay that one-time fee, you arrange with them how much you'll be paying with them, paying them per month.
Per month, yeah.
And you also have to provide accommodation where they'll be doing shift. Yeah, we apply. We have some at my office. So
there are some people that are very successful. We see them on social media. Some of them even have up to 20 of these police officers.
You know that wedding we went for in the East? I don't know if I tell you on May. And,
in Ebonyi State?
Yes, in Ebonyi.
Yeah,
no, that was the period that the shutdown flight, they were renovating Enugu airport. So we couldn't fly from Abuja to Enugu, then go by road. So we had to go by road from Abuja to this thing. Just imagine the number of police. At some point, I was telling my guys, I said, no, this is wrong. Although in our defense, because it's not safe and the amount of cars we were with, I think we went almost about 30 police officers. Counter-terrorism was there. SAS was with us. I think we went about 5. I was wondering, I said, no, how many are we? About 5 are going with this number of police, how many remain? They guide this thing. Because these people that are taken along, they are people that they left their duty post. Maybe they have to stay this thing, and because you promise them money or they want to just make this quick cut. And it shouldn't be. These are the things, because if we always complain about deficit policing, if they have 20,000 police officers at this, which they are claiming, in a country of over 200 million persons. Just imagine that if you want to even share it, it will be like one police officer to 100 persons. So, is this a time that they should withdraw police officers from VIPs and even if...
So who are the, apart from civil defense, who are the other officials that can be considered security guards to private individuals?
I think now that they've been recognized, it's only civil defense, unless you want to use bouncers, that government recognizes.
Okay, but all these private security, they are not allowed to use weapons.
No,
right?
they're not allowed to do this thing.
And that's, I think, weapons are the main reasons why a lot of people go to police officers. But now you've said it, Stanley, I think people will now be educated that they can actually use civil defense. I never knew. Can you tell us the procedure of getting a civil defense officer as a private security?
No, it's the same. Let me show you the later.
Okay, the same procedure.
It's the same procedure.
But how much will it cost?
The right to the control, it depends.
Just give us
maybe like 500, 1 million, depends on the thing. But sometimes some of us will support them. Let's say, okay, maybe just support them, just support the commission,
the commission, and then they'll assign police.
No, maybe subsequently you support. It's not police. We are talking about civil defense.
Sorry, civil defense.
And it's more. It should more. You know, most of, in fact, some VIPs. So most of these people now that see carrying guns, they are, unless they are on uniform, they are civil defense. They are not police officers. Let's say I could mention some names that you maybe see that you think are police officers. No, they are civil defense. So it's the same. If you feel that you can afford it, the most important thing is that can you afford it? Because it's quite expensive. Can you afford to pay the one-time application fee? Even this one, it's been to my office before now. The security, the people, securities there, I think about 3 of them, they are man o' war. Is it man o' war? Nigeria Legion. Yes, Nigeria Legion. They are not allowed to carry gun. You do application, then you'll be paying some, I think, how much do we pay to remit to their office a month? Then you'll be paying them the security, the guys there, the men there. I provide accommodations to them. If you can afford it, why not?
Oh, that's interesting. I think a lot of people don't know this. So those of you that you have been considering security but you don't know where to look, it is possible to...
First, what do you need security for?
To protect your family, first of all now. To protect your business.
Honestly, I believe if you live in Abuja, you don't really need security unless you're going out of town. But if you live inside, Abuja is that safe? I know some people might differ. But
this area is particularly safe. Apart from the DSS quarters, there are still many military generals.
Okay.
Even here as I'm talking now, we have like how many majors? So yes, it's very, very safe. There are soldiers everywhere.
Of course.
So you can't even mess up. You can't even come here and say, oh, you're looking for somebody you want to harass. They'll beat the hell out of you without remorse. So regardless, I still think people need security, because sometimes before now it used to happen, especially in my former where I used to live before in Jabi. You wake up in the morning and at the gate there are people waiting to see Lucky Udu because they need either school fees or house rent or something. So when you don't have a security around,
and it's possible that there are ex-girlfriends coming to create commotions and this thing.
Stanley, stop.
No, I'm saying generally.
Hey,
that is a possibility.
Serious for
We're saying the same thing. But you know the funny thing because sometimes when I'm in Lagos, people carry security, police officers against other police officers on the road, harassing them or disturbing them. Not even for security. That's what people carry security for. Now, if you go to Lagos, sometimes if I'm driving around with some of my guys in Lagos, that's the only thing. Let's say because police stopping them, harassing them, doing all those, embarrassing them. So once you have a police officer in front of your vehicle, if police want to stop you, they will just wave at you, greet each other, maybe do a spirit decor and this, they will let you go. They will say, someone will be telling me that it's cheaper to pay a police officer to be in the car with them than the embarrassment, harassment, extortion, police stopping you and the rest.
Yeah, that's also another reason.
That's the major reason people, especially Yahoo boys now.
Have you even thought about this kidnapping of a thing? You know that it's not only on the road that they kidnap people. Sometimes they'll come to your house, even in your office. So having security is actually a good investment. As a young person, as God is blessing you, you need to put some investments into, what am I even calling an investment?
Now God is a safe person.
It's not, apart from God a safe person, you make it difficult for you to experience the things that you hear about, because it's not safe. If you really can afford it, just get a good security agency. Like you said, Legion, right?
Nigerian Legion.
You can get Nigerian Legion. These guys are trained, but they don't carry weapon. They're allowed to use dagger, right? And other things, but not weapons.
If you can afford it,
Why
apply for civil
dagger and a weapon now. They are not allowed to carry guns. So if you can too, you can get civil defense.
Yeah, you're allowed to carry guns if you're so much into that.
Okay, it's just but the cons of getting this is that you start getting attention. So if you are the kind of person that silently you are doing so well for yourself, people begin to suspect that there's a reason why you have security with you. So, and that might not be good, but for the sake of your family, especially if you are doing a job that is sensitive, you need to protect your family while you're still doing your job. I think that's some of the reason why most politicians carry this thing, because of the kinds of job they do. They make decisions that will offend a lot of people, even if that decision is in the best interest of the country. There are some people that are public contractors. Some of them are even public figures. Some of them are pastors. Do you know the kind of people that target these people? Nobody really knows, because it doesn't really concern them. So, wow, I never even knew you could even get civil defense. So that's really interesting. So now there's something else I wanted to ask you about. I'm trying to think about it. Now, what is the process to report a police officer for their wrongdoing? I think there's a phone number you can call.
Yeah, there is, and it's as simple as even walking to a police. It's funny. It's as simple as you walking into a police station and said, "Okay, look, this police officer from your station did this, did that." Why I'm laughing is that because I know that the station will shade him.
They'll try to defend him.
Unless you capture he's on camera or you have evidence to back it up, or you can call. Yes,
I think there's a particular office that have been set up to attend to police brutality and complaints.
Yes, you can report. I
Are
think
they
the number is the
reliable?
line. Yes, we followed up some cases there and we've seen some this thing.
I think I have that number.
There is this police. Is it PRU? Then there is a police public relation unit.
Yeah.
They are very active. In fact, if you go to any distant police station, ask for the PRO of that station, or if you go to any, I think they're always sharing their number online. You call the person and say, okay, look, and they will always come through. The most important, if you can lay hold of, or you speak to your lawyer can definitely file a petition. We call it petition.
Yeah.
Is either we file a petition at the police. If we see there's something we have to go to court. There are some instances you are not only suing the police officer, you will sue the police officer, you will sue the whole police, Nigeria police, the department, you sue the whole of Nigeria police force. You also sue the Inspector General of Police.
Wow.
Yes. I
can't imagine how many lawsuits have been filed against the IG.
I'm telling you, and what
his lawyers are handling them.
And if you push your case very well, the
You'll
court,
get rewarded.
yes, court will, if we don't call it reward, call it damages. Court will award the damages. Push your case very well. Let's say police assaulted you, can push it.
Yeah, so I wanted us to help viewers to know how to report police brutality and make complaints. So there are phone numbers that people can reach out to. So I don't know if it's okay to call them.
Yeah, it's okay to call them, and they are very active on their social media.
Public Complaint Rapid Response Unit, the PCRRU,
or Police Complaint Commission. I think they also have a PSC, Police Service Commission. Yeah, you can report to those places.
There's a lot. There's the PPCC.
And they have active social. I can tell you for a fact that their social media pages are very active. Is as easy as sending them DM
and they'll attend to you.
Yeah.
So if you have evidence, it will even make sense.
It will make sense. Send it to them.
Okay. What about issues where you are filming a police officer and then the person is threatening you to stop filming? Do you just comply?
You can, but if you have something, maybe for the sake of your safety at that moment,
just
yes.
comply.
If you have other things.
So these are numbers you call. There are different numbers actually. You can still go online and get this contact. It is not rocket science. Okay? So there's the WhatsApp on 0805 700 0001. There's the another one 0805 70 00002. Then there's another one 0805 70000003. So these numbers are also available on WhatsApp as well. So you can reach out to them there. You can also send them an email with your evidence, policepcrru@gmail.com. You can also visit their official portals too, and they'll be able to help out.
Or you
Then
call
there's
the police PRO. He will always respond. This is his number.
The police PRO.
Yeah, his name is Assistant Commissioner of Police Muyiwa. Adejobi.
Is it
Yes.
okay to call?
Yeah,
Is this his
definitely.
work line or private
Is
line?
this in? He always make it public.
He
Yeah.
always makes it public.
Yeah.
Okay. 0803 716 8147. ACP Muyiwa FPRO.
Yes, he's the first PRO.
First PRO. Okay. So I'm sure most of you would have seen his video. So the editor, please include his video too, just so that they'll know whom they're speaking to. But I hope Nigerians don't abuse it so much.
The Muyiwa.
Uh-huh.
He's always this thing.
But
They are public servant. They are here to serve.
Abi. Then there's another one 0913 938 1314. So these are numbers you can reach out to report police brutality. We are having this conversation because we want to. It's part of our social responsibility to educate Nigerians and help them to understand their fundamental human rights. We see these things every day happening on social media, and some of us feel sad. We just shake our head. So everybody cannot be like very dark man who wants to go and fight or something like that. For some of us, our biggest strength is in educating people and having conversations like this. So please make sure you are following the Lucky Udu experience. More episodes will drop. There are so many other conversations that Anne Stanley will be having. We also want to talk about money laundering, right? We also want to talk. There are so many things to talk about. So indicate in the comment section what topics you like us to discuss. This is just our own way of educating and sensitizing the public about the laws that are established in Nigeria. Stanley, I won't even talk about your clients, your former clients.
Who is that?
Darlington.
Akpe. Thank God that
Darlington that said he.
Thank God I said he's my former client, so I can't talk
Then
about
I
it.
saw something you posted on your status that is a proverb. I can't remember.
No, I'm good with proverb and idioms. I was thinking you raised this one, the one that I've been trading last week about staying in the house for long duration, and you can apply to.
Yes, I saw that.
There's another one
Yes,
that I said if you use allegedly, even in defamation, it did not do.
There's this guy, Suji Motos.
He's my client.
Scott.
Scott.
I reached out to him. I wanted to interview him, but he said he's in Lagos. He's not based in Abuja. So I love what that guy is doing. It's always funny when I come across him. I follow him on TikTok though. Suji Motos P1. Allegedly, he's always using that word. So I think people should be educated on this allegedly of it. But maybe that's going to be on a different conversation.
He cannot defame someone.
And just be adding allegedly.
And add allegedly, think you've escaped the wrath of the Lord. No. You cannot say Stanley is a thief allegedly. And you don't have proof to back it up.
Yes.
No.
You face the consequences.
You have to.
I want to ask you something. You manage, I won't say you, okay, it's manage, okay. You are a lawyer to so many popular figures.
Yeah. Starting from Lucky Udu.
Yes. I'm one of them. Now, how do you, and I've seen some of I know your clients. The public might not know. And to be honest, some of them constitute nuisance on the social media. And I'll be feeling for you. How do you even manage these people? How do you manage them? Even when you were handling this Darlington's case, I was worried for you because that guy was just overdoing. I know that he has right to a lawyer.
Yeah.
And you are only doing your job. Yeah. But you get some kind of people there. How do you manage these people? How do you advise them?
The thing is, in fact, I'm the kind of lawyer that is in the school of thought of crisis prevention as against crisis management. Doctors will always tell you prevention is better than cure. So I'm currently chatting with Scott now because he made a post. I was telling him this thing. So I'm okay, this one is not this. Some of them will send me their videos and say, does this one take out the legal boss? Should I take it down? Does this one, even up to Sabinus, even up to Josh? There's a video that Josh was to post. Was it yesterday? He was calling me a night before. Does it? Those are the key things. although some of them might not want to listen, some of them might want to try the waters, and they will get burned, so they will come back and listen.
This Speed Darlington own is the one that I feel for him so much. And even in the last interview, one interview I had with you, where I was also...
The good thing is, what people don't know is that Speed Darlington is a very smart person. If you've met him in person...
You know, we're traveling from Makurdi that day he called.
He's a very smart person. So people only got to know that I'm his lawyer just like because of this case and Burna Boy's case. I've been his lawyer for over 4 years now.
You helped him with one case, he sued one airline.
Both airline and the one we sued PalmPay that they use is this thing. They use his video without his consent that we sue for intellectual property theft. That was easy 2 years ago. He's still online against PalmPay. I think how much did they pay him? They paid us about $10,000 or so because he said he's an international superstar that he wants the payment to be in dollars.
Okay.
He's actually a very smart person. Just that sometimes, of course, people have their SSCs, people have their this thing, but Is that's all I can say.
May God help that man. I've seen his live videos, even when he's making troubles with his family.
Yeah, that's his SSS. He
doesn't know where to draw the line.
He doesn't know, and he talks. He doesn't know what to bring to social media. He doesn't.
And the fact some fans are the ones spoiling it. He tried it. He saw how people reacted.
Yeah.
They loved it. Followers came in. Some people
visibility.
supporting him with money, gave him shoes. So why won't he continue what he started? Someone like that will know.
There should be a limit to everything.
And that's why he should learn his lesson. So the lessons will create the limit. Man, Stanley, I feel for you sometimes because some of these people can make your work very frustrating. Honestly,
This is that.
they can make it really frustrating and even bring some stuff to, I don't know, reputational.
Of course.
Because they'll say, now this guy stuff.
Of course. I understand what they're saying. That's why sometimes, if it's something I see I cannot, I'll just bow out.
Nigerians are very emotional. Even that Burna Boy's issues. What's his name? Happy was clearly wrong, but people could not see it. They were just defending him blindly. But now they can now see the kind of person he is. And even when we raised that conversation, some people were angry. They say it's because Burna Boy favored somebody I interviewed. But let us call a spade a spade. You can't just come out and defame someone. I think that defamation of a thing, I'd like us to talk about it. Let's use...
The and Burna Boy, I think the matter is still in court. Let court decide. And
it's still in court.
Yeah, it's still in court.
I'd like us to look at public cases of this defamation of a thing. I'd like us to study the cases and come analyze it on social media, educate people, because these days you see somebody who buys something from a particular brand and then call them out and call them names that do not really represent them. Maybe it was a mistake or something, and that can go a long way to ruin their business.
Reputational damage.
I also have people too who have like somebody Fola, he went to the studio and made a song about me. Honestly, there are things like that. And apart from even that,
we spoke about that one. Was it last month or so? I told you what to do now.
Okay, yeah, when we were in Gwarimpa.
Yeah, you've been civil about it.
I just sometimes I feel for them because they are young people. Even the other guy too that came out repeatedly, Gege now. He came out repeatedly and he was saying so many things consistently. At first, I thought he was just joking. He's doing his job, which is comedy and all those things. But when he kept on coming repeatedly, I felt that this was not.
This is that social media, they don't know where to draw they call it cruise.
And then
not everything is cruise.
Not everything that is cruise. And then if you take action, people become emotional. That small thing.
It's not everything that is cruise.
It's not everything. So I would like us to educate people about this. A lot of people don't know. So for those of another thing I'd like us to talk about is blackmailing. Do you understand? Somebody that is being blackmailed, how will they handle it? So we are just giving you guys
we are still on camera.
Yes. You guys should expect all this conversation, though. So indicate in the comment section. It's the comment section that will let me know if you guys want to see Stanley again. Okay? So somebody that is going through blackmail. Somebody is saying, if you don't send me money, I'm going to post your videos. It happened to Tiva Savage. It happened to Egungun of Lagos.
The best thing is call their bluff. Because once you start sending them money,
don't say it now. We'll do the
video. Okay.
This conversation is for police brutality and, knowing your...
Okay, watch out. We'll talk about if someone is threatening to leak your nude, or someone is trying to blackmail you.
what you should do,
Yes,
how to
the
handle
legal way
it.
to approach
Yes,
it.
are there offices in Nigeria that handle these
Yeah,
kinds
there
of
are.
cases? What's the procedure for it? All that things. So please let me know in the comment section if there are topics you are really interested to know, and we can have that conversation just for you. And if you're watching for the first time, please do not hesitate to subscribe. The audio version of this interview is going to be uploaded on Spotify. Go there right now, search the Lucky Udu Experience. Follow us if you do not want to miss our next episode. Stanley, thank you so much
It's a
for
pleasure.
coming around and
Thank you for
having
always
this
having me on Lucky
conversation.
Udu Experience.
Yes,
It's
welcome
always
to
it's
the
always my best spotlight.
welcome to the Lucky Udu Experience.
It's the
Thank
best
you very
spotlight to
much.
be on.
I appreciate. Don't worry, things will get better.
Definitely.
We'll grow to this. You know what Steve Harvey is doing?
Yeah.
Where there are people sitting down.
audience.
Yeah, live audience. We'll now be having this conversation.
Yeah.
That's where I'm aiming. That's what I'm praying to God
God
for.
will do it. It's a gradual
So
process.
yes, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to enlighten Nigerians,
It's a
and I hope that this video go a long way to educate people, because we see these cases happening every day, and the people that are the victims the most are the ones that are not so educated.
Yes.
Those ones don't even know who to run to or where to go.
Yeah.
Everybody now, they just come to social media, post the video, talk about it, but nothing eventually happens. So from everything that have been said, get yourself a good lawyer, so that whenever you get yourself in trouble or trouble comes knocking, your lawyer will advise you
Yes.
on what
You have who to call.
who to know the right process, what to do. And please do not go trying to claim brave. The video we showed you guys where this guy was confronting the police,
Yeah.
I'm sure that video is going to inspire a lot of people to also speak.
Yes.
Do you understand me? So what I'm
Just
trying
like I
to
said in the opening, that is a thin line between
Things to-
foolishness and heroism.
please be careful,
The outcome
guys.
determines the label.
Be very, very careful. When you see videos like this, that doesn't mean that you can easily confront anybody. Every police officer is not the same. Some might be having a bad day. Some of them have gotten to the point where they no longer have anything to lose.
So I'm even tired of life.
Thank you.
Easy and cows cost.
So please, do not get inspired with this kind of videos. It is best to let it end. It's better that you are disgraced publicly, no problem. Get yourself a good lawyer, and they'll be the one begging at the end of the day. Stanley, thank you so much for coming around. God bless you all. So at this point, we'll have to say goodbye. For those of you who do not know Stanley, are you just watching for the first time? Stanley, please.
My name is Stanley Alieke. I'm a lawyer with law capital. I'm a legal practitioner.
He owns a law firm. It's known as Law Capital. You can check them out on Instagram and on Facebook. They're available. And I feel like you should follow Stanley on social media. He posts things. He educates people on his status. He does that a lot, and even on his page. So if you want to get acquainted with Nigerian laws, what people shouldn't do and what they're expected to do, and limitations, and so you just want to understand the law properly, follow Stanley and you will not be disappointed. He's always giving updates. Another thing we're going to talk about that he posted recently is that if you see any house that have been abandoned, that you can move in and start living there, and after some years you will own it. So he's going to talk about that in our next episode. Okay, so at this point we have to say goodbye to our viewers. Thank you so much
Goodbye
for
to our
watching. Please
viewers.
keep supporting this platform so we can keep the stories we tell alive and breathing. God bless you all.
God bless
Say
you.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.